Alright, hello, good evening. Welcome to tonight's weather update. It's June 29, 2019, almost 8 o'clock, about 7:48 right now. And we're going to go over, before we get started with showing you the radar and the satellite and all that stuff, we got to go through the latest storm reports here. And we had some, we're going to go over that cell that hit the South Shore because that cell wound up being pretty intense. Actually, it seemed like it blew up around Farmingdale, and there was penny-sized hail reported. So we have a report of 0.75-inch hail in Farmingdale, and then 1.25-inch diameter hail with size larger than a quarter reported with time. This was estimated by the radar. We have thunderstorm wind damage in Lindenhurst, large tree branches down between porch and fence with time estimated by radar. So this was at 3:56. So this is all around between 3:50, 3:56 on Long Island. And then the second cell that developed around 5:10 caused some hail in Manhattan and Rose Hill. Thunderstorm wind damage in Union in New Jersey. Thunderstorm wind damage in Richmond. There's trees down on power lines around Grand Plaza. And a lot of damage here in Staten Island. So thunderstorm wind damage New Springsville. A tree fell on a house in Windham Loop. A large tree was brought down blocking Main Avenue. So it looks like Staten Island really got hit hard. And at Breezy Point, there was a wind gust of 48 miles an hour. At Sandy Hook, there was a wind gust of 60 miles an hour. And the buoy, 15 miles south of Atlantic Beach, 53 mile an hour wind gust reported there. So, yeah, these storms were severe, but in most of Nassau County, we didn't really see any of that. I'm just curious if they have storm reports out of the other office yet. And they do not. But let's go look at the radar here. Oh, and the Mount Holly radar is down. So, again. So, here you go. Here is what we got going on right now at this moment. We have some storms that have popped up in Connecticut. One of them looks like it's got a warning out for it. And two more storms, actually. It looks like they've popped up right around the East End. It look like they're heading toward East Hampton right now as we speak. Let's go and look at the Ventus sky here. We're going to look at the radar on that just to give you a look at what happened earlier today. So this is the cell that is, looks like it's going to maybe just miss. Yeah, it's just going to miss the beaches at East Hampton, but it looks like it's heading for Montauk. And this cell here off of Oregon. So Montauk looks like Montauk will get hit hard. And then we got these cells here that are in Connecticut here that are also again moving off to the east-southeast. These are in Westport and another one in around Bridgeport. Looks like that's moving out. That will be moving out over Long Island Sound. And then we have more storms over here that are these look like they will be heading more toward New Jersey. But we still have some more up here too in Pennsylvania. So we're still not done yet. The risk is still there for severe thunderstorms and at least rain. I don't think we're done with the rain yet. So I'm going to back up the radar now to around 3. Let's see if we can back it up to around 3 when that cell popped up. Let's see, there it is. This is the cell right here. Now this cell actually popped up over a sea breeze front. There was a sea breeze front that was located right along Sunrise Highway. Actually triggered this cell to go off. And we'll just track it. We're going to move this along here. You can see it moved east, and then another little piece formed over Farmingdale, and this is where the hail was reported. But still, pretty strong thunderstorm that popped up over that area there, and it looks like another cell kind of popped up behind it and then hit Belmore again, and then this cell here moved over Babylon. So the South Shore really saw the action today as far as the thunderstorms go, which is kind of interesting. Usually they don't. But the sea breeze was very weak, and the sea breeze front, which is the edge of the sea breeze, was right along Sunrise Highway, and where those two air masses met, you had rising air. And then we had this cell over here that caused the skies to get really dark in our area, but we really only got a downpour out of this cell. And I'll show you in another video what the skies look like. So you can see it kind of just weakened when it moved eastward. It kind of just weakened. It wasn't that intense. But for New Jersey, they got hit hard by this. So we're going to back this up here and look at the radar at 1700, because I can't seem to get the time right on this thing. It looks like they got hit hard. Ocean County, Monmouth County. We'll have to take a look and see what the power outage situation is over there as well. But this storm here looks like it packed a punch for sure. So let's go back to the current conditions outside right now, and we'll take a look and show you what these storms look like. So right now, temperatures have dropped into the 70s. It's not too bad out there. Mid 70s across Long Island. The dew points, I think they've come down a little bit too. So let's take a look at that. They've come down a little bit. So we still have dew points in the city. Yeah, it's still humid out there. It's still humid. I don't know. It felt a little better when I was out versus earlier, but yeah, I guess it's still quite humid out there, according to these observations here. We can look at the precipitation, show us where the rainfall fell. Let's look at that. I'm curious where that cell on the South Shore was. Yeah, some areas got 3/4 of an inch of rain from that. And look at this. There's a reading of, I don't know if that's correct or not, right around Merrick, a 2.46 inch reading. That may not be correct. I don't see any. May not be correct, but they definitely got a lot more rain. We got a little less. In some areas, Neola hardly got anything. Actually, 0.15. And not much in Hicksville either. Like I said, we just got a shower. Really, probably got 1/4 of an inch from that. Not that much rain at all. But I do want to click on some of these observation stations to show you the conditions. So let's take a look at Mineola. We'll look at this one here. Let's look at this one. This Carl Place. We can look at Carl Place. That's close enough. So dew point 69. I want to look at the graph. So you can see here, if you look at the graph, if you can see it on the screen, that it reached 90, around 90 in Carl Place, and then the temperature dropped off rapidly around 3, 4 o'clock when those clouds rolled in, and that's when the sea breeze came in. Dew points remained fairly steady around 70 degrees. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that on the screen. Let's make this larger so you can see, because I want you to see this. Alright, so here. Hopefully you can see that a little better now. Let's try that. Oops. Where did it go? Let's get that back on the screen. Alright, so you can see here the graph, and it hit 90, and then it dropped off pretty quickly right between around 3, 4 o'clock. Temperature dropped from 90 through the 80s very quickly. Within an hour, we were down into the low 80s. So that was the sea breeze coming through. So I wanted to show you that, and that's why we took a look at that. Now let's take a look at Belmore as well. So let's look at observation from Belmore. Here's one. So let's look at the graph on this. And it doesn't, yeah, there's a graph. Alright, so let me move this. Come on, show me the graph. Oh my god. I do apologize for this computer being, it's not the computer so much, it's the site that's got an issue. It's like the window won't pop up in the right spot. Let's try that again. Alright, there we go. So Belmore got close to 90, and then you can see, look at that sharp drop in temperature. It went from 90 to right down to below 75 degrees within an hour. That was that cell moving through. It really dropped the temperature down quick when that cell moved through. This doesn't really show us the winds. Unfortunately, it doesn't show us the wind gusts from that station. I'm going to get this back to more of a manageable size. It's just that the window is so small that they don't make this site easy to use. Let's go to the actual site here and see. Maybe that'll work better. So, dew point 70. Let's see what their peak wind gust was. That's what I'm curious with that cell. If they got a strong wind gusts with that cell. So that's what I want to see. Our wind gust, peak wind gust 10. Alright, so not really that impressive. Here again is the temperatures table, so you can see that drop right there. And there's that drop, and there's that wind gust that coincides with that drop, with the storm moving through. So it's just interesting stuff to look at if I gotta show it to you. It's interesting to look at these observations. Although, you know, they don't make it terribly be able to see what goes on here with these observations, especially with the drop in the temperature that took place throughout in the afternoon, because it was a significant drop. So, all right. So we looked at the power. All right, we got to look at the power outage situation next. All right, so let's start with New Jersey, JCP&L, because they have quite a bit of outages. You can see here, 1,000, if you can see right there, 11,375 outages. So quite a few, and you see a lot of little dots here. We'll start in Ocean County because I'm curious. Now, power outages is a good way to look to see where the storms have caused damage when you look at the power outages. So let's see. Yeah, we've got a major one around Brown. This is like west of Toms River. This is around, it's Manchester Township. Where is this? This is well west of, yeah, this is well west of Toms River. But this is an outage that is affecting a lot of people. So over 15,000 people out. Probably transmission line hit a lightning or something like that. So this area is completely without power. Country Lake Estates. This is an extreme western Ocean County. Actually, that might not even be in Ocean County. I'm not sure. But and then we have another outage here. It looks like around Beechwood. This one is affecting 101 to 500 customers. It's a fairly, large one as well. And then we have two more here. I'm not going to go over too much, and then we have a lot of little scattered outages. Let's work our way north. So we have that one isolated. It doesn't look like widespread power problems in Toms River, but I think it gets worse as we head further north. Let's look at Lakehurst too, because I see some more of a lake. Yeah, Lakehurst has an outage too. Equipment damage. They got hit pretty hard in Jersey by these storms. Small outage there around Howell Township. Well, looks like we have some more. Now this area, we looked at the radar and we saw this area got hit pretty hard. So yeah, we have a pretty large outage in Shrewsbury Township. Again, this area got hit pretty hard by those storms. They looked pretty nasty. Let's take a look and see this one here. I had to zoom in for details. So let's see. It's probably just a small. Yeah, I hate when they do that. It's just small. It's like one person. So it looks like, it does not look like it's in this part of Jersey is impacted too much. I think the majority are in the north part of Jersey, probably up here. Yeah, this is where we have a lot more outages. So Morristown in particular, we have quite a bit here in this area. So I'm not going to go over every single one. Yeah, there's a big one over here. So this was the other cells that developed in northern New Jersey. They were severe as well. We'll have to go over more. I'm sure there'll be more damage reports as time goes by. We can look at outages by county and show you what counties are being affected the most. So Burlington County, 1,714, 107.06. Morris County has the worst of it, 4,158. Ocean County only 468. So that big outage in Country Lake Estate, I think that's Burlington Township. And then Somerset County, 2,478 customers. So those are the areas where those storms hit really hard. But we also have Staten Island. Con Edison has about 1,775 people out, and you can see that most of these outages are on Staten Island where those storms hit. Again, we read over some of the storm damage, trees down, and no doubt power lines, trees on power lines, that kind of thing. PSEG Long Island, not too bad right now, only 503 people without power, and there were some scattered power outages today before the storms even hit, just related due to the heat. And there was actually one in Hicksville. I was told the power went off in Hicksville for about a couple of minutes and then came back on this afternoon. And that may have been related to a power outage in Jericho. These transformers are blowing due to the heat. Looks like we still have a power outage in Westbury that's affecting 30 customers. And it does not look like they're going to get their power restored until 3:45 in the morning. Well, that's Westbury for you. I'm not sure exactly what's going on there, but that kind of stinks. Probably transformer. And then let's see what else we got here. We have some outages here, some small. There's a larger one over here in Bay Park, 134 customers, but not terrible. Not terrible impacts from the storms here on Long Island. I think most of the outages today were not even from the storms; they're from the heat. Blowing transformers basically, because the heat and the transformer load. I mean, this is a problem. These transformers, and they really got to update the grid. And it's not just PSEG; it's JCP&L, it's Con Ed. Because today it can get a lot worse than today was. So before I get to the models, let's just look at some official observations here. All right. Oh, there is a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for the South Fork for that cell that we talked about earlier. So 73 degrees right now at Farmingdale, dew point 68. Let's see what the temperature did hit at Farmingdale today. Did finally hit 90 degrees at Farmingdale, but you could see that drop from 87 down to 83, 80 degrees. It really cooled off quick once those storms came in. They kind of they blocked the sun, and then we had the down. You know, they bring in the cooler air sometimes, the storms, from the downdraft, so that cools it off. So that's why we saw the relief there that we got in the afternoon, fortunately. So we didn't have to deal with things too bad with the heat. Let's take a look at islip. 76 degrees, dew point 67. 89, it hit 91 at islip. Again, you can see where it cooled off right there when those storms got closer. So it hit. Let's go to Central Park. Let's see what Central Park hit. So right now it's 75 at Central Park. 75 at Central Park, dew point 68. And Central Park finally managed to get up to 91 degrees. All right, and you can see they cooled off pretty quickly too. Went from 85 to 72 with that thunderstorm that moved through around 5:30. This moved through the city. So let's go and take a look at very active day with the weather. So let's take a look at Toms River. Toms River is probably going to be the hottest spot today. So right now it's 72 at Farmdale. I meant Toms River. Oh, man. Toms River got up to 97 degrees. Just a few degrees shy of 100. But you can see, look at what happened in Toms River. The temperature was 96, 92, and then it went down to 72. It went down 20 degrees within an hour. Look at that. From 1556 to 1656. Went down 20 degrees in 1 hour. That is impressive. Look at that. I got to show that to you. Let me move. If you can't see that, let me make that a little larger. Look at that. Look at that. It hit 97 at Toms River, and then look at that temperature drop with that thunderstorm. You know, that's the kind of thunderstorm that really must have been bad, because it really dropped the temperature 20 degrees within an hour. That's incredible right there. That's some incredible weather, for sure. I'll look at some other areas in New Jersey too. We'll look at Monmouth County as well. See how Monmouth did. So 71, dew point 69. Probably it's hot there. 94 there, yeah. So pretty hot. Yeah, that same drop went from 89 to 70 with that thunderstorm. That's pretty crazy. So let's look at the models now, and we'll look at the HRRR, which is like the rapid update model, and see. It's not even picking up on those cells that formed over the east ends. Let's look at the NAM. NAM's more accurate. All right, so HRRR kind of underestimating the convection tonight. Here is the NAM. That's picking up on it fairly well. So here's that other area of storms that looks like it's going to move more over New Jersey. And then the NAM says that's it. No more storms for today. But we have the chance possibly of very widely scattered showers and thunderstorms tomorrow with the trough that moves into the area. So let's go and look at the dew points. Let's show you how they're going to drop. I'm not going to use the NAM for this one. Alright, so let's use the GFS. See, we get the high dew points, but the front comes through tomorrow. Dew points start to drop throughout the day, and we see even more of a drop. I do apologize. Step away for a moment because I needed some water. So lower dew points for Monday. And then I'm not going to really go into next week too much in this update because we got enough going on right now. I'll just focus on the weekend and Monday. So let's look at the sky conditions. See if we can get some clear skies in the area at least. It looks like tomorrow will feature sunshine in the morning and then more clouds in the afternoon. And then for Monday, much better skies. So it should be a clear day Monday, actually. It looks fairly clear on this. So that's pretty good. Let's look at the temperatures. So I don't want to spend too much time on this because we have all these severe thunderstorms going on that we have to follow. And another warning just popped up that I have to talk about. So going tomorrow, it will be cooler. Temperatures only in the upper 70s. Looks like a little hotter in Jersey. Probably around 80 on Long Island. Probably mid-80s in Jersey. And then for Monday, temperatures probably 80 to 85 degrees. So Monday looks really nice. So that'll be the pick of the week, I think. Anyway, let's get back to what's going on outside right now. So we'll look at the radar one more time. We have these thunderstorms in Connecticut here that appear now to be, they look like they're heading for Suffolk County. So these storms heading for Suffolk County. This here is this area of rain. Looks like it might get us just light rain. But again, storms can pop up at any time. We're not done until that front passes. So we're going to have to keep an eye on this for sure throughout the night to see where these storms go. There is a special marine warning that was just issued for this storm for Long Island Sound, so I'll have to keep that up. We also have marine warnings for these cells over here, out over the east end. Let's take a look to see how much lightning they're producing. Let's go and look at that. Let's see what we got going on with that. All right, so, oh yeah, this storm, it looks like this storm around New Haven is going pretty hard, and then it looks like I see a lot of lightning strikes over here too. It looks like the storm went from Sag Harbor, it missed East Hampton, went from Sag Harbor down, and now is over Montauk and moving out to sea. But we have this storm here that's over to Connecticut that may wind up impacting the eastern part of Suffolk County. We'll have to keep that. We'll look at the Ventus sky again. There's some more lightning strikes, so that storm looks pretty active right now. Yeah, so we still have these storms around. This storm here, wow, this storm is pretty bad, the one over New Haven. This is the worst one right now. That looks like it's around New Haven, moving, and this is going to be moving out over to the Long Island Sound. So we'll have to keep our eye on that as well. I think that almost does it for this weather update. Almost. There's one more thing I got to look at. All right, so one last look at the radar here. I wanted to check to see, there's a fireworks show at Eisenhower Park. It is still on for tonight, which is kind of a surprise to me because of the weather. I guess they don't want to postpone it, but you can see all the elevated cape. They're taking a chance for sure on this. So hopefully it doesn't rain. And I know there's another show at Lido Beach, I think, tonight too. Hopefully it doesn't, but it's going to be awfully close. For again, we have to watch these storms up here because we have still some more showers and thunderstorms that have developed over here. These still have to move through, and these may affect our area. We'll have to keep our eye on it. The sun is going down, so hopefully these storms will die down. But that will be it for this weather update. Take care, and thank you for watching.